Hey, what's up guys? So I've got some exciting news. I've decided it's finally time to drift the RX-7. Ever since I was a little kid, it was always my dream car. And the Z, it was my thrasher, seat time car, practice car. Got a lot of seat time, got a lot of tandems in. And previously, my 240 was like my earlier achievable dream car, I guess. So starting now, I'm gonna be building the RX-7 to be a drift car, and hope you guys are excited as I am. Just to give you a little background on how this car is set up right now. It's a 93 FD-RX-7. It's got quite a bit of work done to it from the previous owner. It's just the way I bought it. I've always liked the LS1 in my 240. So when I got an RX-7, I was like, it's gotta be LS. So this thing already has an all stock LS3. Fits in there pretty snug. But I want reliable power and not have to deal with turbos and unreliability and just have a good amount of power to enjoy the car too. I don't want anything too slow, The Z was kind of slow and it was good fun, but I'm missing the power I used to have with the LS. So there should be plenty of power for now, and it's stock, so knock on wood, it should be reliable. And yeah, so I'll go through the rest of the car some other time, but right now, first things first is tires. It's one of the most important things I would say on any car, especially on a drift car, because that's the only thing that can help you stop or turn out of a bad situation. So normally I run the Nitto NT05. I ran those tires for years on all my cars. On the 240, on the Z, and I was planning on getting NT05s for this thing too in the front, but they're like literally sold out everywhere. Every website I checked, they're sold out. So I did a little research and found the Falcons I was pretty interested in. So before, all the Falcon tire drift team guys, they ran the 615K. That was a really popular tire. They came out with a new one like a couple years ago, and I was always pretty interested in them. These right here is RT660s. It's like the newer, improved version of the 615. And so these were in stock. So I decided to go with these and give them a shot. I saw all the reviews online were really good. This will be kind of like putting these to the test and see how they work. Look at that tread pattern. Now with this RX-7 build, I really want to focus on, as bad as it sounds, I really want to focus on form over function. Or maybe form is equivalent to function. I want this car to definitely look good. So when you're at the track, you're like, damn, that looks good. I'm not trying to be pro, maybe in the future, but for now, I just want to build a car that every time I turn around and look at it, and I'm just like, damn, that looks good. And then of course, it's still gonna be really functional, but I definitely want to focus more on the style and just making it look good. Because I know ever since I was a kid, it's always the really cool looking cars that catch your attention. So I definitely want to focus on that for this car. And I mean, just look at the car, the lines on it, it's just a beautiful car. And so the wheels I decided to pick out for it were my all-time favorite wheels, the Work VSKFs. I know I had these on the red car before, my other 240, I just want to test them out, but now this is the car they're actually for. And they came with some tires, but I'm gonna put those on. And I haven't been to the track all year, so I just really want to get to the track. I'm gonna do all the fluids on the car and take out so I just really want to get to the track, so I'm just gonna do, the least amount of stuff I need to do just to get the car to the track and do a shakedown and see how the car drives. I'm not gonna put any angle kit on it, just the normal maintenance, like change out my fluids. I gotta remove the headliner inside so I can fit with a helmet on. And then just these tires. Once I get some good solid front tires, I can feel confident that I can brake and actually stop, and I can turn to avoid any situations. So first things first, let's go get these tires mounted. Hopefully we can get to the track ASAP. So the new tires will be a little more meaty. The tires on here are just what is it, a 215? Yeah, it's a 215 35/18. Look how thin. It's like a rubber band on here. So this one's gonna be a 40 sidewall, 225 40/18. So a little more width and a little taller, but it'll still have a good amount of stretch. It's not as crazy as this though, but I'm just hoping it'll still clear without having to like cut the inner fenders or anything crazy like that. So let's go get these mounted and put them on the car. So I just got back from the shop. Check it out. New tires are mounted. Falcon Zanus, or however you say it, RT660. They're kind of wider than I was thinking. They're a little bit thick. I mean, granted, they are a bigger sidewall and it's a 225. But for example, right? Tires on the back here, they're also a 225 40/18. But as you can see, they're like super stretched on there and exposing the lip of the rim. And you get that aggressive stance look, right? Same exact size on paper, but obviously not as stretched. I'll still run it though. I don't really have another choice. And at least I know that I'll have a grippy tire where I don't have to worry about understeer and not being able to stop and stuff like that. All right, let's put these on the car and see how it looks. While I have the wheel off though, I do want to show you guys the current setup it's got. So it's got these Willwood massive brakes. And it's got like a 2-piece rotor. So you gotta remove all these. I don't even know how to do that, so I'll have to figure that one out. Pretty cool brake setup, so I should have no problem stopping. And it also does have Fortunato coilovers with Swiss springs. Pretty solid suspension setup and a really good brake setup. Brakes are definitely more than enough for drifting. Most of the time we don't need huge brakes, but I'll take it. Well, I mean, there it is. Looks a little meaty, but not terrible. I'll do some turns later and see, hopefully it doesn't rub. Now that I got fronts, I mean, this thing is one step closer going to the track. So that's about it for today. Getting back into the rhythm of doing drift stuff. Stay tuned, we'll keep doing more drift mod stuff.